Okay, hello. Um, OBS doesn't like it when I do things. Will it do it now? No. Okay, hang on. Beautiful, except for the fact that it is not correct. There we go. Okay. Sorry, OBS was being mean to me. Um, but it's time for another little Stardew stream. This one's gonna be probably pretty quick. Just doing a little weekend lunch one. Um, yeah, okay. Rules of this challenge situation. Gotta use all the ingredients that are listed in the game for the recipe. I can add any other ingredients as long as they're not in Stardew. As much as possible, create the recipes myself. As much as possible, use sort of local and or foraged ingredients. I don't have that on this one. As much as possible, take inspiration from the in-game images and descriptions. As much as possible, try to make them actually tasty, even if they're not pitched as that. And 7, have fun. Um, I'm doing Dish of the Sea, which is a dish whose description is this will keep you warm in the cold sea air. It's not that cold where I am. It's like nice out though. I'm gonna go over and go for a little hike and do some reading. Um, and its ingredients are 2 sardines and a hash browns. Um, I'm not gonna make my own hash browns from scratch. I have done that before. I did that when I did the complete breakfast and its constituent parts. Um, and I could do it again. However, I do have frozen hash browns, so I'm just gonna snag one of those. Um, and I will start off by getting that going. I want to like do like something. It's a lot of butter. I don't need that much butter. Um, I want to do some. Oh, I forgot to wash a little lid for this. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna warm up a frozen hash brown because I think that that is allowed. Um, the ingredients don't say potato, they say hash brown. And I'm pretty sure that these hash browns don't have anything on their ingredients list that is not allowed. Potatoes, oil, salt. Yeah, that is basically exactly what was involved in the hash browns that I made in a previous one. Okay, I'm just gonna have that sort of go and heat up. I'm gonna get a little bit of onion because I think that feels like it would go with this. I think I'm gonna just leave it raw. I feel like just like some slices of raw onion are the vibe. Um, and then I have some sardines. And I'm gonna figure out how I want to sort of spruce those up. Um, okay. I was like looking when I was going grocery shopping earlier and figuring out what all I wanted to do for this. I did look at the like image on the wiki to see what um like what it looks like to see if there were any other ingredients I wanted to add. And there's a little like red thing on the um what's it called? On the image, the sprite. But I don't really know, like I didn't have really any inspiration, hello, for what that would be. Because like it can't be tomato, it can't be apple or lots of red fruits that are not allowed because they are available in Stardew Valley. Maybe I'll throw a little bit of basil though. I got some basil left over. That'd be good. Um, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna drain these. I got sardines in water for two reasons. One, the recipe does not call for oil, so didn't want to break my own rule by doing sardines with oil. Number two, um, I don't like working with canned fish in oil. I feel like the oil gets all over the place and it is a pain. Um, so I prefer doing it with um in water anyway. Okay, it's kind of been a minute actually since I have had canned sardines, so I'm gonna just eat a little bit of this to figure out what I want to do with them. I'm thinking I'm just gonna put them in a bowl with, I'm gonna mix up some sort of sauce in this bowl and put them in there and get them sort of coated. I feel like maybe I should do fly. Maybe I should do some Old Bay. I don't know that that necessarily is something that strikes me as like particularly going with basil. I don't know how much I want to like lean into the basil of it. Or like Cajun seasoning. Let's see. I'm just like eating little bits of these seasonings to get inspiration. Cajun seasoning and Old Bay are like really not that that terribly different from each other. Um, I think I should do a little bit of lemon juice in this sauce. Trying to think, because like, canned sardines are already pretty salty. And like, I'm cooking this hash brown in salted butter. Um, plus like hash browns are already decently salty. Okay, I'm gonna chop up this basil. Actually, maybe I'll. No, I think sliced onion, not minced. Let me chop up some basil here. I'm gonna put that in. I don't know. I guess maybe I should also actually heat up the sardines because it does like the description is like this will keep you warm. So I feel like that kind of points to a hot dish, not you cook the hash brown and then Um, just plop some room temperature sardines on top. I guess then I could also like brown the onions. That seems actually pretty good. I'll do that. I probably should have done that before I did the hash brown in that case, because I'm gonna put this on this plate and it will probably get a little bit cold by the time I'm done with everything else, but whatever. I'll live. Okay, a little more butter. I will sprinkle that on there. Get an actual spatula, I guess. Um, I got out the lime juice, not the lemon juice. That's not what I want. Getting a little cold is simply life. Okay, a little bit of lemon juice. Let's see. We'll do pepper, obviously. Gotta do pepper. And then I'll throw this basil in there. And probably paprika. You know what? Paprika is always good because that's red. Maybe mustard. Probably ground mustard and not real sauce mustard. That seems good. And then I'll throw the stuff in there. Okay. And I will use some butter along with this when I get it going. Um, kind of burning my onions a little bit. That's okay. All right. Gonna throw these sardines in the sauce that I've concocted. I'm gonna do more than two, just because I may as well just use the can of sardines that I got. Well, not can so much, tin. I'm trying to think if I want there to be, I feel like maybe actually also something spicy, maybe like a little bit of cayenne pepper is gonna be good to add here. But I will just add that when I throw them in the pan, which I will do now, along with the onions, and realize that I should have thrown a little bit more butter in there. There we go. Um, Throw a little cayenne pepper on there. Okay. Um, I don't really know what the end point is for this. I guess I'll just let it go for a minute until it seems like it's hot. Okay. That's probably good. All right, here we go. I did think about making two half brown patties for this, but eh. Okay, here's what I'm trying to decide is whether I think that ketchup should be allowed because like there's no ketchup in Stardew, but it is basically just tomato and vinegar and sugar, which are all ingredients that are in Stardew. I'm gonna try it, and if I think it like would be really good with ketchup, I maybe will say that ketchup's allowed. But as promised, this is a kind of a short one. Yeah, I think I could have probably added a bit more of the seasoning. I think I'm gonna throw a little bit more pepper on here. I'm a big black pepper fan though. Um, but maybe I'll also throw a little bit of dried basil on here. I don't feel like cutting up more fresh basil. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's pretty good. Um, I mean, it's kind of just sardines and a hash brown. I think that this would be good with like crackers. Um, I don't think it needs ketchup though. Crackers, much like ketchup, are something that like they don't have in the game. But I also kind of feel like ostensibly it could be something that like, oh, you could, it's just like flour and water or whatever. So I don't know. I think I've got some pita chips. Maybe I'll finish this off with those. Although I don't know. It's probably good. I think it maybe could also use like a vegetable. Um, but I can just eat a fruit or vegetable also along with it. Yeah, bread is definitely in the game, which sounds like maybe crackers could work. I do think with like some toast, I put this down on my list as like a lunch thing. It could definitely also be a breakfast thing, and I think like this with like some fruit and some toast would be pretty nice breakfast. Honestly, maybe at some point I will do that. Just like get some more sardines and have them for breakfast. Kind of a market I've not tapped in my breakfast making. Oh, I didn't get any more bagels or anything. I'll have to figure out what I'm doing for breakfast this week. Oh well. Um, yeah, pretty quick and easy one. Um, gonna wipe off my phone and instead get gunk on my shirt. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Nice. 20 minutes. That's normal. That's fine. Okay, cool. Bye.